Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I am going to bring you today 20 items that sold for $45 or higher. I normally do 50, but I have a few that sold for 45 that I think are worth notating for you to look up. So all of these items are insanely good profit. A lot I picked up for $1 at yard sales. So this is stuff that you need to be on the lookout for when you're outsourcing. So let's get started. Alright guys, so just to start out, I do want to let you know the prices I am telling you. I will tell you what the items sold for, and I also tell you the shipping. And the shipping might be a little bit different than what you're going to see up on screen. And that is because the shipping in the screenshot shows if I shipped it to myself, which would be low, and a lot of people live further. So these items, we're going to start off with $45 and go all the way up to one that was over a $600 sale that I only paid 40 bucks for. So let's start off with an American Girl desk. It wasn't branded American Girl. I picked this up at someone's house off of a Facebook Marketplace deal. I got this desk, a beauty chair, a closet, and this sold for $30 plus shipping. The buyer's $42.60 all in. This desk is a little teeny tiny desk. It is not big, and you very well might find these at garage sales, thrift stores, also at estate sales. So this one, I am less than $1 in because there were a ton of pieces in this lot that I picked up, and it will be over a $25 profit. Up next, and you have seen these on my High What Sold before. If you haven't watched my High What Sold, definitely check those out. There is a playlist, and I will go ahead and link that up top. So if you want to watch older What Solds, and I will link only the High What Solds. So this handkerchief, I only paid $1 for it, and it actually sold for $39.99 plus shipping. The buyer is $48.72 all in on a 13-inch handkerchief. So this one is a state map one, so you can look for the state maps, but also like vintage embroidered handkerchiefs. And I've also recently been looking into like vintage needlepoint pillows. These are like $1 to $3 at a lot of thrift stores, and you can make a lot of money. So keep an eye out for these vintage handkerchiefs, especially with the maps, but also embroidered and cross-stitched. Up next is an item that I got at a garage sale. I only paid $1 for this cup. It is Flip Blue by Alfred Meekin, and this one sold for $34.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $49.44 all in on one cup and saucer. So don't pass up teacups, especially if they are painted on the inside and outside. Typically, the better the pattern, the higher the value. So keep an eye out for those teacups while you're outsourcing, because a lot of times they're $1. I see them a lot for $5 as well at like thrift stores, and they a lot of times are worth 20 up to 50. Some of them are worth even hundreds of dollars. So definitely check teacups out. Those are not that hard for a breakable to pack and ship. So keep an eye out. Up next are some shoes. I'm not a big shoe seller, but I saw these at a garage sale. They cost me $1. They were Adidas and they looked different. So I ended up finding out they are actually Adidas from Germany. And it did take about 6 or 7 months for these to sell, but they sold for $39.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $50.09 all in on a pair of shoes that I paid $1 for. So keep an eye out for vintage shoes, Adidas, Nike, all your big name brands. There are collectors for those out there. So watch out when you are outsourcing for older shoes. As long as they're in good condition, they could bring a lot. Next, this was a little pink bird that was sitting in my laundry room for over a year, and I didn't have it listed. So all of this back here that you see behind me is all unlisted inventory, and I forget I have stuff, and when stuff sits around like that, you're missing out on the profit. So this little bird was signed. It was Dom Glass. Also just sold another little bluebird. The solid bluebirds I see a lot, and mine that I got was called Bluebird of Happiness, and it sold for $20 in 2 days. So keep an eye out for these little glass birds. If you see them like this one with the speckled print, they can be worth more. And this one sold in less than a week for $39.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $52.39 all in max. And I walked away from this and ended up saying, hold on, Mom, I'm going to go back in. This was at a garage sale and they didn't have a price on it. It was an older, it's Jean Nate. I think I mispronounced that on my video where it sold, but I walked back in and just said, hey, will you take $1 for this? And they said, yes. Sold in less than a week. It was like a bath mist and after bath lotion for $39.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $52.39 all in on this brand. So that is definitely a name you want to remember, because if you see stuff by, I think it's her, it might be him, Jean, I don't know. But watch out for that name because it brings big money. These I got in a box lot. They are super cute. They were sitting there for a while as well. They sold in less than a month. It is the Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil. These are ceramic monkeys. This one was stamped made in Japan, so I did put that on my title. These are only about 6 inches tall, and I see stuff like this quite frequently out at the thrift stores. This one sold for $30 plus shipping. The buyer's $53 all in. The Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil monkeys seem to have quite a good sell-through rate just in general, but when you throw in Japan and ceramic, that makes it sell even faster. I found this at my little local thrift store. I thought it was a blanket, but come to find out, I think it was really made to be a rug. So this was really cute. It was new with tags. It had a ferret on it holding a balloon. So you've got these different collectors, and this one, the brand was a Nordstrom brand, and the only other one was listed for $50. I priced mine at $44.99 and it sold in less than a week. It sold for full asking price plus shipping. The buyer's $59.24 all in. Don't pass up throw blankets or rugs. They can be worth a good profit. I paid, I want to say like $5.99 or $6.99 for this at the thrift store. Up next, and this was the last of the Halcyon Days trinket boxes that I've listed. These have been in my high what sold several times now. This one I paid $10 and a lot. I want to say I paid like $100 for 10 of them. So I was $10 in. It did take about 4 months to sell, but it sold for $58 plus shipping. The buyer's $67.50 all in. These are tiny, and I didn't even know what they were. I sold one that was a Halcyon Days with Tiffany, and that one sold for over $100. So keep an eye out for these little trinket boxes. From what I have seen, if you find one, you're going to find more because it is people that collect them most times when you find them. Up next, tidy cats. So I actually got this from my friend Pepper, which I think you've heard also in some other high what sold as well, but it was 3 packs of these like litter mat pads, and they were brand new. This is stuff, again, I feel like you'd see at garage sales. I also see the water filters that sell for a lot at garage sales, so keep an eye out for new in the package stuff. You can scan it. I sold a lot of 3 for $49.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $68.58 all in. I'm only a few dollars in, so this was over a $40 profit on, like, it's not cat litter, it's some kind of cat mats. I don't know. That is the beauty of selling on eBay. You can look stuff up, you can type in what it says in the box, and you don't need to know what it is because whoever's looking for it, they know what it is. Next, this is a little teacup. It was made in Germany. I couldn't make out the maker's mark, but it had cobalt blue and gold. Cobalt blue and gold is pretty sought after in the teacup world. So I picked this up for about $1 and it sold for $49.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $81.59 all in on a little teacup. So amazing sale, over a $35 profit on a teacup. Again, teacups can be worth hundreds of dollars. Most are marked. You can look up the maker's name on the bottom of the cup and you don't need to know anything else. So definitely keep your eye out for next. not a teacup, but a teapot. This is HK Tunstall. I got this in an online auction lot. I'm only a couple of dollars in. It was the teapot, a creamer, and a sugar, and it sold for $65 plus shipping. The buyer's $102 all in. That is well over a $50 profit on a teapot, creamer, and sugar. And again, these are not super hard to ship. They're not big breakables. So if you're scared of shipping breakables, don't be, especially if it's teacups. You can do it. Just use a lot of bubble wrap and either paper or peanuts around it. And we have not had any teacups actually break in shipping. I need to like knock on some fake wood here because I'm going to curse myself. And I had some of these in my last what sold. This is a vintage aluminum lawn chair. I see these all the time for $1. $1. And these two sold for $44.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $104.20 all in on vintage aluminum lawn chairs. I have even found these thrown outside at the sale and they're not even trying to sell them. So keep your eye out when you're at estate sales, because these chairs might be something that whoever's running the estate might undervalue, and you can ask and probably get them for $1. They do take a little bit longer to sell. These took about 5 months, but it was over a $35 profit. And the big thing with these is just making sure you keep some big boxes around so you're able to ship them. Up next, and I really didn't know if these were going to sell. I felt like they would sell when I bought them, obviously, or I wouldn't have bought them. I only paid $1 each. These are some vintage photo albums, and this is actually a sale with 4 in it. And they were just filled with pictures from like the 70s and the 80s. You really need to title and keyword your listings good if you have something that's not a name brand. So these photo albums, she bought 4 of them for a total of $84.96 shipping. She was $112 all in. That is over a $75 profit for us on 4 old photo albums. Again, a lot of estate sales, this is something that they might not think there is value in, but there is, especially if you get into like the military photos or photos of a specific tourism place, then you're looking at a lot next. And I believe I had one of these on my last what sold as well. You're going to see this one, and then there's another one coming up. So this one is a red stat backpack. These are for EMTs or paramedics. Did pay $50 for it. This one sold for $120 free shipping. Shipping was about $25, so I really only made about a $25 profit on this one, but it was sitting here for 6 months, so I was just happy for it to go. They're kind of like a bigger backpack, and it was taking up a lot of space. Health and beauty, one of my favorite things to find and sell. This was about this big. It was a Michael Kors Indulgent cream. I did research a little bit because I was trying to figure out why these were selling for so much. When I say so much, I saw sold comps of $200 to $250. And what I found out is this is discontinued. It is not available anymore. It was $58 originally. I wish I had known that it was going to be discontinued, because if you bought a bunch of these for $58, you would make so much money. I only have a few dollars into this one. Sold for $124.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $143.17 all in. And you might be saying, hey, you just said they sell for $200. They do. And there were multiple sold comps, but I'd had it for like 2.5, 3 months, and it hadn't sold yet. So what I did is I dropped the price to $125 and it sold the next day. So sometimes if you have higher priced items, you don't have a lot of money in, and you want to make sales, I typically will sort my items from highest to lowest. And then what I do is see how many watchers. So if I have a lot of watchers on a high priced item, I try and lower that down to where it'll sell fast if my sales are slow for the day. So that is just next. So my husband, Brad, has been buying a lot of Pokemon cards lately, and probably for about 3 or 4 months now. And I'm like, when are you going to sell these? Because he's putting all this money in, and the cards are not expensive by themselves, but when you buy more and more and more, they are. So this card actually sold less than a week, and he got this in a $4 pack from Walmart. This card sold for $175 plus shipping. The buyer's $182 all in, and it sold really fast. And I was talking with Brad about it. And the thing with a lot of the cards is when they first come out, the value is really high and then it dips because more and more are being found, are being listed. So he had this on auction starting at $200 and he didn't get any bids. So I was like, why don't you drop it down just a little bit? Let's try and move it, because when the market gets saturated with those, you're going to be lucky to get $100. So he did that and it sold really fast for $175. And this morning, that one actually just sold today. This morning, somebody had messaged me on Mercari and said, hey, look, this card is hot right now, but it's going to lose its value quick. I'm willing to give you $100. And I told them no, that we had a lot of watchers over on another platform. I didn't mention eBay because if you do that on Mercari, they will probably flag your message and you might lose your account. So I told them I did not want to take $100, and it sold within 2 hours of me telling them. Next is another Stat backpack. This one is a green one, and this one sold for full asking price, which is what I was hoping to get for all three of them that I got. This is the last one. They are all gone. And this one sold for $174.99, free shipping. Again, shipping was $25. I did pay $50 for these. Some of this higher price stuff I did pay up for, and I am okay with paying up if I'm going to make a big profit. So on this one, it is over a $50 profit after shipping and fees. It did take about 6 months to sell, but I am okay with that. Next is another Pokemon card. That was probably loud, me clapping, so sorry about that. This Pokemon card, it was actually two Pokemon cards. One was a Charizard, which we got in a, again, cheap pack from Walmart, and it sold on auction for $200 plus shipping. The buyer was $205 all in, and we only have a few dollars into this card. So if you're interested in the Pokemon cards, now is a really good time to learn more, to buy them, and to sell them. I do not know about Pokemon cards, so do not ask me about Pokemon cards. I can ask my husband if you put a comment below, but there are a lot of channels that go over Pokemon cards. They don't interest me, so that's not something that I'm doing. I do stop and check for him Pokemon cards when I am out, but I just am not interested. And that's one of the big things too with reselling, is you need to make sure you're interested in what you're buying and what you're selling. You don't always have to be, but the money and the profit that you make needs to overcome your lack of interest in it enough to where you're excited to sell next. And when I found these, I knew they were money. I showed them to you guys in one of my thrift hauls. They sold in under a week. I paid $7. These were priced $10 for the whole set at a local thrift store, but they had to like spin the wheel thing, and I spun the wheel and I got 30% off, so I paid $7. These sold in under a week for $169.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $218 all in on these, and it was kind of cool. It was a gentleman who was getting them for his wife for their anniversary. I had them listed at $200. I sent him a best offer of $169.99, and he took it and was extremely happy. We have got positive feedback. I did end up shipping this out in 2 boxes because I was worried the wrought iron hanger might damage the porcelain cups and plates, so I shipped the holder out separately, which actually I didn't end up paying any more than the buyer after my eBay discounts, and they got it and loved it. So this is something that it's wrought iron. It's got a bird on it, which is very like mid-century modern. Apilco France is the brand, and a lot of their stuff sells for really good money. So make sure you keep an eye out or remember the name Apilco, because you don't want to pass that up if you find it. It is a lot of money. All right, so we are going to start wrapping it up. This is the last thing. This is the highest profit thing that we have sold in the last 2 weeks. And I did forget to say at the beginning, but these are all my sales. These are all my items that I have sold in the last 2 weeks. So this is an Ethan Allen coffee table. I picked it up along with 2 side tables for $115. So I figure I have about $40 into this, and it actually sold in less than 12 hours. This, I believe, is my 5th piece of Ethan Allen furniture that I've sold. I have 5 more pieces coming today, so I'm super excited about that. And I might add on a little clip of those pieces for you when they get here. And those 5 pieces sold, or 5 pieces. This Ethan Allen table sold, again, less than 12 hours for $390, plus they paid $250 in freight. So they are $672 all in. That is over a $300 profit for me, and it sold really fast. So I have somebody picking up another coffee table as well as a desk and 3 end tables today. I paid, I think, $400. So once that coffee table sells out of the set, the other 4 pieces are all going to be profit. And if you're scared to sell furniture, U-Ship is what I use to ship items out. It is freight, and you actually can get a free quote when you go on U-Ship. You just put your address, and I tell people to message me with their zip code for an estimate. I put in theirs, and I put the average price. And every transaction that I've done so far, that average price has been exactly what U-Ship said it was. This time I actually got it for $50 less. So the buyer had said she wanted me to try and take it to FedEx to save her some money, and then she thought about it, and I thought about it too. I really didn't want to bring coffee table into FedEx. And I told her, because I had quoted her $300 for the freight, which was the average cost going from me to Dallas, Texas. And I told her, hey, if you would prefer freight, so somebody hands-on is picking this item up, they will blanket wrap it and hand deliver it to your house, I will pay $50 of the freight. So instead of $300, $250, she agreed to that. And I actually I said, I'm going to post this job for $250 and try and get her to pay for all of the freight. And I had 3 offers accepting my bid. So you can either list it and people can bid and give you prices, or you can put the price you want to pay and then they accept your price, which is what I did. Put $250, and those 3 people agreed. It actually was picked up this morning and will be to her in Dallas, Texas in 4 days. So it's even faster than FedEx would be. So that wraps everything up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you learned stuff. Let me know what surprised you in this video that you weren't aware would sell for so much money. And this you will see on a Sunday. I'm recording on a Saturday. On Tuesday, we are going to have Crazy Lamp Lady, Jocelyn, as well as Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, who is Misty, on with us Tuesday, which should be an amazing, great show. I'm really looking forward to it. They were on a couple months ago, so this is their second time on. Should be a great time. So make sure you guys come and hang out with us on the live Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then my next members only live for the $1.99 membership is going to be on Monday, a week from tomorrow. And if you haven't joined, check out that button. And I will see you guys on Tuesday on the live with Crazy Lamp Lady, Vintage Hunter, Thrifter Junker. Can't say Misty's name right ever. And my awesome co-host Julian, who is Bearded Thrift Machine. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Do you need to turn it and take a different picture? You got to turn it around. Are you taking pictures of me? Turn the cup around to take pictures of the other side. Hello?